What's going on, guys? This is Rich from RICHTVLIVE, and thank you for joining me here on your Saturday. I guess some places in the world it's Sunday right now. I want to talk to you guys about the cannabis stock sector. It's been pretty crazy. We've had a long time down. And on Friday, we hit the lowest level since 2017. On November 18, 2019, I predicted we hit the bottom. It was the bottom for 2019, but on Friday, January 31st, yesterday, 2020, we hit the lowest level since we've seen in the Canadian cannabis sector since 2017. Now, my question to you guys is, do you think we go lower than this? Or have we now officially found the bottom? Or do we just continue to go lower from here? It's pretty crazy to believe that we could potentially go lower, but anything is possible, obviously. So there's always a chance we could go lower. I hope we don't, but there's always a chance that we could. So we have to look at the possibilities of everything, right? And historically, we would come up from this, but it seems as though we're going through a different pattern right now in the cannabis sector, where the stocks just keep going lower and there really is no end in sight. So this is why I've been trying to bring you guys only the best, because I've been seeing this trend, and this trend is becoming very disturbing and concerning. This week we saw, management once again being replaced with MedMan, with Sundial, and I believe this is going to continue, but I don't know if this is really going to change anything. And I'd love to know your guys' opinion on that. But my opinion is that we're in a bear market in the cannabis sector, and it's going to take a lot to turn this around. It's not going to just happen overnight. It's not going to just be like something, it's not going to be something like magical that's just going to turn this around. I mean, this entire sector needs something. It needs something big, and it needs something soon, because it is definitely under attack. The shorts are feasting off the cannabis sector right now, clearly. And there really is no end in sight. I don't see any retail coming in to save the day. And I think it's concerning as an investor right now for the cannabis sector. Can't find really an end in sight. And we've just been finding lower lows and lower lows and lower lows. You could not have bought these cannabis stocks lower than what we're getting them at now. Since 2017, you could not have found these cannabis stocks lower than what they are now. There are some exceptions, but companies like Aurora Cannabis are absolutely the lowest they've been since 2017. Aphria, the lowest we've seen since 2017. So there's a lot of companies right now that are the lowest we have seen since 2017. Some of them are lower than they've ever been. Some are the lowest they've ever been. So it's a pretty crazy time in the cannabis sector, and I'd love to know your guys' opinion. Do we go lower from here? Do we go up from here? What do you guys think? I've been diversifying, and with my diversification has come a lot of success. So I'm very excited about the fact that I'm looking at the entire market and taking advantage of moves everywhere. You think it's going lower? Jessica says it's going up. Well, I mean, historically, we should be going up. We're the lowest we've been since 2017. You could not be buying these stocks lower since 2017. So from that perspective, I believe we're going to go up too. But the question is when and how, and what is it going to take? What's going to be the catalyst that's going to put us there, that's going to propel us to these higher levels? Maybe it's going to be this Trump impeachment. Sales don't warrant it going higher. Well, I mean, the sales are going higher. Sales are going up everywhere. So I believe sales do warrant it going higher, actually. Do I think a crash could ruin the sector? Well, I think a crash could hurt everybody. You know, it's all dependent on this coronavirus. Do they find a cure? Does it get worse? Does it get better? Does it mutate? If they can get it under control, I think we go way higher. I believe the market melt-up is in effect. It has already gone up higher in January, and I believe the market will continue to melt up. Cannabis stocks right now are the lowest they've been since 2017, so in my opinion, they're going to go up. They're going to go way up. Not all of them, but the best. I gave you guys 10 of the best today. Those are the ones that I'm really focused on, amongst other stocks like Tesla, like Apple, like Microsoft, like Amazon. These are stocks that have all been beating earning estimates, and because of that, they've been doing well. So the market's performing the way it should. If a stock does well, if a company's beating earnings estimates, stock's going up. If companies are not beating earnings estimates, they're going down. That's just the way the stock market is. I don't really think the stock market's doing anything different than what we anticipated, other than the fact that the cannabis stocks have been completely decimated. And I believe that that's mainly due to the fact that the shorters are having their way, because they can't really short everything else. So they're going to stick cannabis stocks, because there is the institutional support in the cannabis sector that there is everywhere else. So the shorters are going to go where there's going to be low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit right now is the cannabis sector. That's why today I brought you 10 companies that I think can be streak busters. They're the type of cannabis stocks that the shorters don't want to short. Companies like GW Pharma, companies like Scott's Miracle-Gro, companies like IIPR, companies like Canopy Growth, companies like Afria, companies like Valence, companies like CWeb, companies like the HMMJ ETF. Yeah, they've shorted them to this level, but I think it would be a mistake to continue to short these stocks. And I think a lot of shorters know that. They know it's a mistake. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean they're not going to do it, because greed overcomes everything else in the markets. So when you're a short, and I call them a one-trick pony because all they do is short, you're going to keep shorting until the market turns around. You're going to continue to short, which, you know, up until now is not a bad idea, because the market's been down for 10 months straight. But the reality is, at some point, that's going to turn. Just like the cryptocurrencies, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin went down for 18 months. Went down from 21,000 per Bitcoin all the way to 3,000. Today, Bitcoin trades over 9,000. In the last year, Bitcoin's up over 200%. Equally, GBTC, which is the biggest stock you can buy, which is like buying Bitcoin, is up 200%. So at some point, the cannabis sector will hit the bottom and it will explode. The question is when, and how long do we plan to wait until that explosion? Or do you plan to wait at all? And are you going to diversify and take advantage of the moves in gold, the moves in Bitcoin, and the moves in the market melt up, companies like Tesla? Or are you just going to park your money in cannabis stocks and just wait for a resurrection? Anyone got gummies? How about you, Rich? Yeah, man. Everybody wants the gummies here in BC, man. They go quick, man. They go fast. You think by 2 to 5 years for the cannabis stocks? Hey, that's a possibility. I mean, that's why I want to do these videos, right? I want to know your opinion. What do you guys think? We're going higher? We're going lower? If we're higher, how much higher? If lower, how much lower? Be specific. I want to know what you guys think. Yeah, a lot of people in the cannabis sector are down, man. Yeah, man. A lot of people are all in and a lot of people are down. So I made it my goal in 2020, my modus operandi, to diversify. And a lot of people have been diversifying with me, and the results have been phenomenal. We need to continue to diversify. And what I mean by diversify is tech stocks, gold stocks, oil and gas stocks, natural gas stocks, aluminum stocks, palladium stocks, platinum stocks, silver stocks, banking stocks, dividend stocks, crypto stocks. Diversification, man. Diversification. Diversify to multiply, man. I'm looking for multiples in my account. I'm looking for multiples in my portfolio. If I'm investing in cannabis and it's not working, if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always got. If you're investing in cannabis and it ain't working, you got to try something else. You can't just continue to invest in cannabis and just pray to the cannabis gods it's going to get better. That's not a good strategy for success when it comes to investing. Diversify to multiply. Diversify to multiply. I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest in cannabis. I'm invested in cannabis. I'm just saying that if you're all in cannabis, you're probably down. And if you want to win, you should consider diversification, because the cannabis sector is in a bear market. It's not to say it can't change tomorrow. It could change on Monday. I hope it does. For you and for me and for everybody that's watching. But at the end of the day, I don't control that. So until that decides to come back, I'm diversifying. And that's why I'm talking to you guys about players like Tesla that just happen to be up 54% in the last month. They just happen to be my number one pick. So had you bought Tesla, you could have made 54% of your money in 1 month. It's not bad. Cannabis shorts are definitely ruining the sector. I agree. But it's also an easy target. I mean, these cannabis companies are firing management, running out of money, diluting their stock. A lot of these guys are just proving themselves to be completely incompetent. And as long as they consistently prove to be incompetent, they're going to be easy targets for the shorts. You know? And we got to look at how we're making our money and what we got to do to make money. Tech companies are overvalued right now, but they're just going to keep going higher because at the end of the day, they keep making money. Amazon's going to keep making money. Facebook's going to keep making money. Tesla's going to keep making money. Apple's going to keep making money. Microsoft's going to keep making money. Facebook's going to keep making money. They're all going to keep making money. So how do you expect it to stop? Thank you guys for your 7 likes. I appreciate it. What's my net worth? In my mind, at least a few billion. At least a few billion. Thank you guys for the 10 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining me here on a Saturday. Going for a drive, thinking about the cannabis stocks, thinking about the cannabis sector and what it is, what I thought it would be, what it is right now, what it's going to be. I know it's going to be way bigger than where it is today, that's for sure. The question is, when is it going to start to really have a surge? Because the reality is, most people that have invested in cannabis over the last 12 months are down. Thank you guys for your 12 likes. We got 43 people here. Thank you for joining me here on a Saturday. I appreciate you guys. Cannabis sector has been taking on the chin for 10 months. Despite that, I gave you guys 10 picks in January. I was 10 for 10 before the last day. Unfortunately, the last day we had a lot of red, so I didn't get a chance to take a look to see what I finished, but probably at least 8 for 10 in the cannabis sector in January. My number one pick overall was Tesla. They were up 54% in January. They happened to be my number one pick, and they were up 54% in January, so that was a pretty good pick. The question is, where do the cannabis stocks go from here? Considering we're at the lowest levels since we've seen since 2017. I mean, Aurora needs something. They need more than just good news right now. They need something big. They need to make a splash, because right now they've turned into a laughing stock, and it's unfortunate. Yo, what's up, Jared? How you doing, man? Well, we've seen the cannabis stocks explode before, 3 years in a row. We've seen cryptocurrency go up after going down for 18 months in a row. The cannabis sector has been down now for 10 months in a row. How low will it go? That's the $1 million question right now. I don't have all the answers. I know at some point we will find the bottom, and I believe it's right here, right now. I think Friday's probably the bottom, but I can't guarantee it, unfortunately. If you want to become successful, you need to diversify. You need to invest. I always invest. Real estate, stocks, cryptocurrencies, precious metals. Everything I do, I invest, I invest, I invest. Everything goes into investments. That way you always have money for a rainy day. You always have a plan B. You know, selling properties, selling stocks, selling assets. I mean, it's just what I do. I've been doing it since I was 21 years old. Now I'm 42 years old. I mean, there's always investing. That's the best advice I can give you. Invest. Don't have bad habits. Spend less than what you make. It's very simple. Life can be very simple. You know, spend less than what you make. Invest in the best. Learn to cut your losses in everything in life. Invest in hyper growth opportunities. Take risk. Take a lot of risk, but learn to manage your risk. Don't take so much risk where you're on the street. And have fun and make money along the way, man. Have kids. If you don't have kids, all that money, what's it gonna be worth? Nothing. You can't take it when you're gone. Have kids, man. Build a legacy. If you can't have kids, adopt. If you can't adopt, then try to get involved in the community. Make a difference. Be involved. We are all just this little shining light that's only going to flicker for an average of 70 years. What are you going to do in those 70 years? Some of us don't even have 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Some of us have 100. What are you going to do in those 70 years? Kobe Bryant did more in 41 years than most people will do in 100. Cannabis, man. Cannabis was the biggest mistake I made in 2019. Everybody wants to talk about Cannabis. What's there to talk about? Cannabis is just a huge disappointment. It's trash. It's complete and utter trash. All they did was steal from investors. Cannabis never did anything good for investors. Cannabis is a joke and a nightmare. There's nothing good to talk about with Cannabis. Nothing. I don't know why people want me to talk about Cannabis. Let's talk about real companies. Let's talk about real businesses. I'm past that 2019 garbage, man. Way past the 2019 garbage. Those days are long gone, eh? Don't even talk to me about the losers in 2019. Those days are long gone. I look back at those days like I must have hit my head. I'm so angry about the amount of money that I lost. Pisses me off. Committed myself to make sure that doesn't happen again in 2020. I ain't making those mistakes again. Those days are over. No more investing in trash. Why should I invest in trash when I could easily be investing in treasure? Liberty Health Sciences had good numbers. Yeah, I think Liberty Health Sciences has a chance to be big. But remember, market makers know all, and there's a reason why that's a penny stock. Just remember, it's not by mistake. Market makers know all. Market makers are all knowing. Just remember that. It's not by mistake that something's at 50 cents. Why is it at 50 cents? Before you go and put your hard-earned money in some piece of shit stock that's at 50 cents, ask yourself, why is this stock at 50 cents? And would Warren Buffett buy this stock? If the answer is no, don't buy it. Invest in the best. You deserve it. Investing in the cannabis sector is like investing in an abusive relationship. You get abused, you get abused, you get abused, but you're addicted. You can't leave it. You want revenge. You want your money back. So you want to buy more. And you're going to end up losing again and again and again and again. I'm telling you, man, it's like an abusive relationship. I've seen the pattern, even within myself, and I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And that's why I had to get out. I had to diversify. Not to say that I won't always be invested in cannabis, but it will never, ever, ever be 100% of my portfolio. I promise you that. It will never, ever, ever be 100% of my portfolio. That was a mistake that I for a while I thought I could do that. No, man. Those days are over, man. Those days are over. I want to keep learning, and I want to keep growing, and I want to keep earning, and I want to help you guys learn, and I want to help you grow, and I want to help you earn. And 2019 was a huge learning experience for me. Never again will I be really focused on just one thing. And I found myself making this mistake before too with gold. I got into, a few years ago before the cannabis stocks, I got into gold very heavily. I did very well, and then the gold sector crashed and I lost a lot of money. Then the cannabis sector came in. I did really, really well in cannabis, really well. And then the cannabis sector crashed, and here I am struggling because of it, watching my portfolio in the red like everybody else that owns cannabis. So now in 2020, I really committed myself to diversification, and I have been diversifying a lot. Even before 2020, I opened up a trading academy and I started investing in gold, started investing more in crypto, Forex, and in other stocks, up and down, like Tesla, Apple, Facebook, just to name a few, Microsoft. I'm not going to physically be telling you guys publicly what I'm buying, but what I am going to tell you guys is diversification is the key to success, especially if you want to win in the long term. Because in order to win, you need to own some of the best companies. And if you don't own some of the best companies in the world in your portfolio, like the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, FANG. If you don't own the FANG stocks, you're not giving yourself a chance to win. But if you own the FANG stocks, you could throw Amazon in there. There's a lot of companies you can add in there that I really, really like. If you don't own the best, you're not really doing yourself a service. For years, they've been saying they're going to go down, and they just keep going higher. That's a fact. Just look at the charts. I've been talking to you guys about Tesla since it was at $320 in November with Invest a Millennial who works at Tesla. The stock was at $320. Today it stands at $650. They're changing the world. They are the best electric vehicle car. They are the best elite electric vehicle car company in the world. That's why they're doing so well. So at the end of the day, if you want to win, you need to invest in the best. Everybody's hung up on buying cheap stocks. If you buy cheap stocks, you're going to lose. It's that simple. Just don't do it. Buy the best. Buy the big ones. Would Warren Buffett be buying these penny stocks? Ask yourself that question. I think Warren Buffett's very happy to buy Amazon. Very happy to buy Apple at these prices. Very happy to buy all the best at these prices. Just saying. So if you got 10 grand, instead of thinking I need to buy 10,000 shares of this stock at $1, why not go and buy 20 shares of Tesla? I just think people need to think differently. Stop thinking that less is more, because it's not true. Because when you're buying a stock that's of lesser value, you are not protecting your money. You're taking a risk with your money. Invest in the best and you will be blessed. If you do not invest in the best, you always take a risk with your money. Invest in the best, forget the rest. If you've invested in a stock and you didn't get the result you wanted, ask yourself what you could have done differently and what you got to do differently on the next trade. Because the thing about trading that's so crazy is you could be poor one day and you could be rich the next. That's how crazy the stock market is. All it takes is one good trade and you could turn everything around. And we really focus on finding that trade here. Do I think you should drop your Afria? No, I think Afria is going to go higher. I think Afria is going to go way higher. I think Afria is one of the best cannabis stocks there is. And I believe that they're well priced. So I will not be surprised to see Afria double from these prices, which means you can make 100% on your money. The question is when. I don't know. I don't have those answers. I wish I did. Believe me, I wish I did. But it's coming. It's definitely coming. I just don't know exactly when. The MJ stocks are the lowest they've been since 2017. They can't continue to go down forever. I just want our community to win. More than anything else, I want our community to win. I don't care if you guys buy cannabis stocks or Home Depot stock or coronavirus stocks or Cisco Systems, or I don't care what you buy. I just want you to win. And I really don't care what I buy. I just want to win. It doesn't have to be cannabis stocks. It can be anything. It can be Bitcoin stocks, gold stocks, cannabis stocks, coronavirus stocks. I really don't care. Health stocks. I really don't care. I don't care what it is. I just want to win. And I want you to win. And I want you guys to have that mentality. It's the Mamba mentality. Just win. Just win. Follow your dreams and just win. That's the Mamba mentality, man. Losing is not an option. Failure is not an option. So we're going to invest in the best. That's how we're going to win. But just throwing our money into cannabis stocks and praying for the green gold resurrection one day, that's not a very good strategy for success when it comes to investing. You know, when real estate, they always say location, location, location. The cannabis sector, location is all the cannabis stocks. The entire sector is bear. So it's like a bear market for real estate. So it doesn't matter where you park your money. The market's bear. You're not going to make money quickly. But that is the best time to buy. In real estate, when the market's bear, that's the best time to buy. If you're willing to wait 5-10 years, you have a chance to make a fortune. Same thing goes with cannabis stocks. The question is how long you're willing to wait. If you're not willing to wait for 8, 9, 10 months or 3 months or 5 months or 5 years, then probably better just to buy Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, Apple. I'm just saying, man. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, reporting from my car in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm in downtown Vancouver right now. Been traveling and live streaming here for what, half an hour with you guys? Talking to you guys about the fact that the cannabis sector is the lowest we have seen since 2017. and just giving you my opinion on where I think it's going from here. Yeah, if you guys have any pics you want me to look at, just drop it in the comments, and I'll definitely take a look. Thank you guys for your 22 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining me here on a Saturday. It's actually a beautiful sunny day here in Vancouver. We've had a lot of rain, so it's nice to actually finally have some sunshine. Hopefully this will be a sign of what is to come in February. Currently 9 degrees Celsius, which is about what, 50 degrees Fahrenheit? So it is actually a beautiful, sunny, spring, almost spring-like day here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you guys for your 26 likes. I appreciate you guys. MJ turnaround soon. I think so. I hope so. But I wouldn't be willing to bet everything on it. I think it's important that we all diversify. Especially because the markets are in an all-time high. The markets are melting up. So why not take advantage of moves in gold? Why not take advantage of moves in Bitcoin? Why not take advantage of moves in currencies like Forex exchange? I'm doing all of it now. Every single day. Taking advantage of moves in the market. All kinds of different moves. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'm going to continue to. And when the cannabis stocks are running, I'll be there too. Until then, I'll be taking advantage of moves in the market. Right now, I'm really excited about companies like Tesla, clearly. And I'm excited about coronavirus stocks, AEMD, NNVC. So many of them. ONCY, CODX. There's just 4. I talked about them on Sunday. They had a big week, and I think that momentum continues because the coronavirus still is all over the headlines. So as long as coronavirus is going to be all over the headlines, I'm expecting coronavirus stocks are going to do well. Coronavirus stocks is a real term now that people are using everywhere. Coronavirus stocks. It's like a term that everybody's using now. Like it's a real thing. Coronavirus stocks. They're not coronavirus stocks, but these are stocks that are looking for viruses and vaccines. So they're somewhat affiliated in the world of coronavirus stocks. So because of that, people have been buying them, and there's a lot of hype right now, and there's a lot of momentum around it, and there's money being poured into it. But it's going to be very speculative. It's going to be very risky, and it's going to be a lot of ups and downs. So you got to be very careful. Just as quickly as these coronavirus stocks can go up, they can just as quickly go down. So be very careful. Remember, cash is king, and try to stay in a cash position. Just go in and out of the markets, take your money, scalp, stay in a cash position, and just build your vault. That's the best way to trade. Protect your vault, protect your equity. Stay in cash and look for opportunities. Look for momentum when it presents itself. I mean, momentum is a very powerful thing. Look at Tesla. Went up 54% in 1 month. Imagine making 54% in 1 month on your money on a stock that I told you about before the month started as my #1 pick. Could have all took advantage of it. I gave everybody the news. I gave everybody the pick. But everybody said it's too high, Rich. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. If you had $1,000 and you bought Tesla at $420 when I told everyone it was my #1 pick, and you had $1,000 and you bought 2 shares, your $1,000 would be worth now what, $1,400? So you would have made what, 40% on your money? Would you rather have made 40% on your money or spend that $1,000 and lose it on something else? I just don't understand this whole hang up on buying cheap stocks, buying penny stocks, and wanting to get stocks at lower prices. They're lower price stocks because they suck. And they're lower price stocks because they're being heavily shorted and manipulated by market makers. So do you really want your money to get shorted? Because when you're investing in those stocks, you're investing in very risky, highly volatile very speculative stocks, which means you're putting your money at risk. Or would you rather invest in the best, like all the big boys are doing on Wall Street and just making money? Just buy some Tesla, sleep well at night knowing you got a beast. And every time Elon Musk puts out a tweet, there's always a chance that stock could run 10%. The one thing I got from the Tesla conference call was that they have, for a company that's made $20 billion in sales, they've spent almost little to nothing in advertising. That's impressive. Those are the types of companies you want to own. Those are the types of companies you want to hold. While I'm speaking, there's a Tesla in front of me and a Tesla beside me. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There's a Tesla in front of me and a Tesla beside me while I'm talking about Tesla. You want to talk about Tesla? Oh my goodness. There's one in front of me and one beside me. Wow. And they're both white. 2 white Teslas. Interesting. Interesting. So if I got money, Tesla's it? No, I gave you guys 10 picks. Tesla wasn't even one of my 10 picks this month. Even though I like Tesla, it wasn't one of my 10 picks this month. Take a look at my top 10. I dropped a top 10 yesterday that are non-cannabis, and I dropped a top 10 today that are cannabis. Just go on YouTube and type RICHTVLIVE top 10 February 2020. And for my cannabis stocks, I did a top 10 green gold February 2020 because that green gold term was created by me. What are my top 10 stocks not to buy? You know what? I have to think about that. I can't just do that off the top of my head. I would definitely put Saniva on that list right now. That's for sure. RICHTVLIVE top 10. RICHTVLIVE top 10. Just search that on YouTube and put in February 2020. Now, I wouldn't say I'm going to necessarily put Cannabis on the list of not to buy, but I definitely not going to put Cannabis on the list of to buy. I'm not going to be recommending anybody to buy anything that goes down like that. Yeah, it could definitely do a trend reversal. I hope it does, but I'm not going to be recommending it to anybody. RICHTVLIVE top 10 stocks February 2020. RICHTVLIVE green gold stocks February 2020. I've done 2 videos, one yesterday, one today. The one today is on my green gold, which is cannabis, which is a term that I've created, and the one I did on Friday are top 10 that are non-cannabis. Am I hosting a Super Bowl party for subscribers tomorrow? I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing a Super Bowl party live stream, actually. My son has a soccer game. It's kind of ruining my Super Bowl plans. I appreciate it, Tim. I just want to bring you guys the best, man. I mean, Cannabis keeps going down. I don't know why you guys would even be interested in talking about that company. It's just a joke. Every time they need money, they just dilute more shares. I can't see how anybody could recommend Cannabis to anyone. I feel sick to my stomach every time I think about Cannabis. I lost a lot of money on Cannabis, and a lot of other subscribers are down on Cannabis, and it's not right. I don't feel good about it. So how could anybody recommend Cannabis to anybody? I mean, they're at 19 cents now, they're at 14. They just keep going lower. So you want me to recommend that? No, man. They were clearly a huge mistake. Lost me and a lot of other people money. And I feel sickened by it. So yeah, I'm not going to be recommending losers to my community. I will only recommend winners to my community. And Cannabis has been a massive loser, a massive disappointment. It's just gone lower, Dylan. It's gone lower. Like, I bought it at 19 with the money I got from Cannabis. Those were my rights. I lowered my cost, and it's gone even lower. It's trash. Clearly, it's trash. I thought they were winners, and they turned out to be losers. 100% correct. Big losers. Very, very big losers. Huge losers. Hey, what's up, Christoph from Belgium? You know what? I actually liked Sundial a lot. I don't own it. I was watching it very closely, and I spoke to them at the conference, and they had a very big presence at the conference. But in light of everything that's happened this week, management, resigning, and management no longer there, I think we need to be very careful. Like, we can't put our money at risk, and we're not going to put our money at risk. So I'm not going to sit here and recommend anything that could potentially lose money for our members. It's not going to happen. So we're going to invest in bigger companies, better companies, safer companies. That's how we're going to really grow this community. And yes, I'm still going to try to bring you guys information and news on companies that are smaller ones. But overall, we need to be careful because it's not working. It's not working. We need to invest in companies that are bigger and better companies so we win. Hey man, I can't be excited about anything that goes down consistently. I can only be excited about things that go up. I can be excited about things that go up, and I can be excited about things that go up and down. But something that just goes down, that's not the type of investment I want. It's not the type of investment I want my community to want. And over the last 6 months, Cannabis has turned into just a nightmare. Complete nightmare. I still own all my shares. I haven't sold my shares. Why would I even sell them? They're worth nothing now. 44 grand's worth like 3 G's. It's pathetic. It's an embarrassment. So I think Cannabis has a long way to go to make shareholders whole again. And it's sad and it's disturbing. So I'm not going to sit here and talk all these great things about them because there really isn't much good to say. Oxley doesn't have as much money in the bank as Kronos Group, and Oxley has a lot of shares issued outstanding. So those are the reasons. Too many shares issued outstanding. They can't justify their market cap when they don't got the type of revenue to justify a billion dollar market cap. So that's why the price is so low. 500 million shares plus. How are you even going to justify $500 million market cap when you have no revenue? So they got to get their revenue game up. If their revenue game goes up, stock will go up. But until then, they're going to have trouble. Too many shares. Maybe they need to do a reverse. Why does Oxley have 628 million shares outstanding? Because they needed to dilute their stock to do what they had to do to get where they are at this point. Oxy's been trash for years. Lots of these companies have been struggling. Oxy's been trash since 2017. They haven't done well for years. This entire sector is about these companies, they're insiders making money. They don't care about the shareholders. Let's be honest. There's very few companies in the cannabis sector that care about their shareholders. They dilute. They have no regard for their shareholders. There's only a few that care about their shareholders, and that's why I made that top 10 list, because I think those are the 10 that care about their shareholders. The rest don't care about their shareholders. They're going to say whatever they got to say. They're going to put out press so that the stock keeps trading, so they can liquidate shares and they can raise capital. They can pay themselves these huge amounts of salaries and just keep diluting shareholders. They don't care about us. They only care about themselves and raping and pillaging the market for their own personal benefit. Let's be honest. That's a reality. Not all of the companies, but most. And that's why the sector is where it is. Africa is a very good company. They're one of my top 10 that I put out today. Zena is definitely trash. And I say that as a shareholder because they have been trash for my portfolio. They've been trash for me and for anyone who's invested in them. So they are what they are. They're trash. They are what they are, man. They're trash. MedMen sucks too. You're right. MedMen absolutely sucks. MedMen owes people money everywhere. And that's not okay. So yeah, MedMen sucks. Yeah, the CEO has a private jet and yet all the shareholders are dying. This is what I'm trying to say. Why are we going to consistently be in a abusive relationship? We get abused, but yet we keep coming back for more. We get abused, we get abused, we come back for more. 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 It's an abusive relationship, and these CEOs know it, and they know that we're just going to keep buying the stock. So they're just going to keep selling paper. They don't care what price they sell the paper at, as long as they're pulling millions of dollars out of the market. You guys have to understand, it's a game, and right now, it's a very dirty, ugly game. Where legally, these guys are making a ton of money at our expense. Retail shareholders are getting worked. Retail shareholders have been getting worked. Lisa, and you're telling people to buy Cannabis at 14 cents now? Come on, bro. They were just at 20. Now you're going to tell people to buy at 14? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. They just did a financing at 15 cents. You're going to tell people to buy it at 14? Come on, bro. They're at $6 January of 2019. $6. Now they're at 14 cents. You're going to tell people to buy that stock? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's get real, man. Let's get real. These stocks are trash. Complete and utter trash. I don't know what you guys are smoking or what lives you're living or what dream you're living in if you actually think that these stocks can turn around when a company like Cannabis has gone from $6 to 14 cents. It's complete and utter trash. It's complete and utter trash. So you're not going to hear me tell people, oh, buy Cannabis at 14. Now's the time to buy. No, they are complete and utter trash. MedMen is complete and utter trash. Yeah, 14 cents is complete shit. It's shit. It's gone from $6 to 14 cents, and you want to buy that? Why? Why would anyone want to buy that? I would love to know why. Just to lose? Just to lose? Because all they do is go down. They absolutely suck. Would I buy Cannabis? No, I wouldn't buy Cannabis. Cannabis is trash. I just told you guys this. Why do you guys keep asking me the same question? It's a little bit disturbing. Why would I buy Cannabis? I'm already down $40,000 on Cannabis. It is a complete disaster. And you're going to go and tell people to buy it at 14 cents? I was wrong at $6. I was wrong at $2. I was wrong at $1. I was wrong at 50 cents. I'm not going to sit here and tell people to buy it at 14 cents, man. Lower your cost and just keep dumping more money into this piece of trash? No, man. Don't lower your cost on something that's just going to keep taking your money. You lower your cost on good stocks, not stocks that are going to take your money. Cannabis has just been taking our money. So yeah, lowering your cost is not advice I would give you on Cannabis. That's the last thing I would tell you to do on Cannabis. You want to lower your cost on something, and lower your cost on something real, like a real business, a real company. Companies like Apple, companies like Microsoft, companies like Tesla, companies like Facebook. Lower your cost on those companies. Don't lower your cost on something that just keeps going lower, and then every time they need to raise money, oh, let's just print another 130 million shares. Degenerates, man. Just complete degenerates. Clueless idiots over there at Cannabis. Clueless, moronic idiots. They don't know shit. They don't know how to run a public company. They're a joke. They stole everybody's money. Everybody in Vancouver is disgusted with them. Trust me, I live in Vancouver. I know what the word on the street is. And believe me, Cannabis doesn't have too many friends right now. There's a lot of people that are very pissed off at Cannabis. There's a lot of people that have lost millions of dollars. Millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Hey man, I'm allowed to rant on Cannabis. I'm down 40 grand. I got a right to rant on Cannabis. I gotta make my money back somehow. So I'm just gonna tell the world what it is. Cannabis, you suck. You suck. It's your job as a CEO of a public company to build shareholder equity and create shareholder value. When all you do is steal from the public and nobody makes money, you're a fucking scam. You're a joke. You're shit. You suck. Not building shareholder equity, you're a piece of shit company, and I don't want my money or my community's money going near you. That's the fact. So all I want to do is just bring you guys winners and bring you the best and bring you the blessed. Everything else, I'll let the other YouTubers bring to you guys. How about that? I'll let everybody else bring you Cannabis. I'll let everybody else bring you Aurora. And I'm gonna focus on the best. I'll focus on the blessed, and I'll focus on the winners. If those videos don't get views, and the videos with Aurora Cannabis get all the views, then hey, it is what it is, man. I guess I won't get any views, but you know what? At least we'll be making money. All right, this is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We bring you winners, and we bring them to you first. We've been doing it for years, and we're gonna continue to do it. I'm disappointed with a lot of the cannabis sector. I ain't gonna be dropping my money into dead wood, and I'm definitely not gonna continue to do what I've always done and expect a different result. If you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always got. If you want a different result, try doing something different. So in 2019, I invested a lot of money in Cannabis. I will not be doing that in 2020. I promise you. I will not be doing that in 2020. I promise you. If you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always got. If you want a different result, try doing something new. That's my advice to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not winning, you're not watching. Your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace.